Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday to you. Thank you all for coming out. I want to begin by thanking you all for your flexibility. I know I threw the calendar for a little bit of a loop. Even myself, I kept saying, well, yeah, Tuesday at Town Hall. And Anna Mae's like, no, Wednesday at Town Hall. But I appreciate the flexibility. My 9-month-old grandson had surgery on the Tuesday that was originally Town Hall Day, and I needed to be there. So thank you again for your flexibility. So let's get cracking, shall we? As we always do, we're going to invite the chaplain to come up and have an open blessing.
Thank you, Tiffany. I am just so grateful to be here this afternoon with you, and I think about how in everything, it's a little bit early for Thanksgiving season maybe, but in everything I give thanks, and I'm just thankful to be part of a team, and I'm thankful for Tiffany. And so I would just invite, and I'm thankful for all of you.
After me.
After you. And you got to have a sense of humor, right? Let's pray. God, I thank you that you have created us with a good sense of humor, a good way of holding life. And thank you, God, that you have given us such good gifts that we can dwell within a community that takes care of one another. And so I just pray that you'd bless this meeting today, that the things that we share today would just be a blessing to all of us. This I ask in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Lori. I'm going to invite Billy Torrey up to give us an update on the auxiliary. It doesn't sit there very well, just be careful.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you. I am Billy Torrey, Director of Campus Services, and part of my role here is the team member liaison with the Menno Haven Auxiliary. So I just wanted to come in front of you this afternoon just to provide a few updates of what the auxiliary has been doing and who maybe our auxiliary is, in case you are unaware. So that's my first slide that I have here. So here are our current list of our auxiliary board members. So if you ever have any questions or concerns, you might know one of these individuals, but you're certainly always welcome to call me. Our president is Margaret Good. Our vice president is Joan Oakford. Treasurer is Terry Dennis. Jody Plaster is our membership chair. Gail Turner is our secretary. Vicki Parshell is our communications secretary. Carol Marotte, Keith Forsythe, and Ellie Lynn Scott are all members at large. So this is our current board for 2026. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then I just wanted to take a moment and give a shout out and say thank you to all of you that participated in some of our recent fundraisers. And I just wanted to let you know how we made out with those particular fundraisers. So on Friday, July 17th, we had the National Hot Dog Day. And we made $678 from that fundraiser. A lot of hot dogs went out the door that evening. I believe it was like 142. So that was a lot of hot dogs, and Bill was back there grilling away for us. And then a couple days later, on Monday the 20th, we had the Panera Bread fundraiser, and we earned $251 from that. And then on Saturday, August the 1st, we did the pancakes and more over at Jenny's Porch, where Roger was helping to flip some pancakes for us off the Blackstone, fresh off the Blackstone, so that was great, and we made $468 from that. So altogether, those three fundraisers, we made $1,400, so we are very pleased about that, and so thank you again for continuing to support the Menno Haven Auxiliary and all of our things that we think of to do, which brings me to the next one that's happening right now is the Igloo ice cream truck. So I did talk them into staying a little bit longer. So if the meeting doesn't go too late, they are staying till 4 o'clock down at the Brookview Pavilion. So If you are hungry for some ice cream after the meeting, you can go on down to the Brookview Pavilion, and they'll be here till about 4 o'clock, or I'm sure they'll stay as long as they have customers. So again, they have dishes, cones, milkshakes, and then the cost is about $3 to $8. So cash or credit card for that is what the bus accepts. And then my last thing I have is our next upcoming fundraiser is our Smith's Chicken Barbecue, which will be on Saturday, September the 12th. Starts at 10 a.m. You will notice that we do have a change in the venue. Typically, we have been at the Lowe's parking lot, but they were not able to accommodate us, so we're just moving across the street to the Super Shoes parking lot. So you'll see us set up over there. Again, it will be a drive-through service like it has been the last few years. The dinner is $16. You get half a chicken, baked potato, a roll, baked beans, and your choice of applesauce or macaroni salad. And then you can get chicken only for $13. It's not on here, but when the flyer comes out, there is an option if you'd like to have it delivered back here to the community. We will have a delivery driver, so you can just call me. I'll get you on a list. The delivery person plans to come about 10:30 to pick up the meals to bring back to the community. So again, more information will be coming out about the chicken barbecue for this particular one, you will have to pay cash, or if you come on site, we do take credit card, but not to charge to resident account. So thank you for asking that. All right, thank you. That's all I have. Thanks, Tiffany. Thank you.
All right. I just want to take a quick moment to update or remind you, I believe I now announced to you before that my right hand, Anna Mae, is going to retire in 2027. So I still have her for a long time, or she still has me. But we have already made the decision that Allison Kemp is going to fill those shoes in the future. So many of you are very familiar with Allie and know that she is Chuck Nelson's executive assistant. So you know how the chain shifts. So Sarah Fallon will be taking Allie's position. So Sarah, who's currently in our accounts payable, she will be doing a dual role of development and finance executive assistant. So we just want to just keep that in the forefront of your mind. So if you come to see me and you wonder why is Allie hanging out, well, that's because she's learning from Anna Mae. If you come to see Chuck and you wonder why is Sarah hanging out, well, that's because she's learning from Allie. So we like to keep it in the family. So we are very excited. I am very excited for Anna Mae's next chapter, though it is bittersweet to me personally. I am really looking forward to watching the future impacts that both Sarah and Allie have for us and me personally here at Menno Haven. All right. As anytime I'm in front of you, I'm always going to give you an update of where we are within our year one strategic plan. Remember, our strategic plan is layered by year one, and then things we're going to be focused on by year 3 and year 5. So year one of the projects that we want to assure that it's on the forefront of our minds is a plan for the 200s in regards to census. We are very open that the 200s neighborhood is about 50% filled, meaning that we have 50% openings. And what are we going to do to make those units marketable? I think we do an amazing job to HGTV the inside, but how can we bring the outside up to speed? So I don't have any big reveal yet. But I'm going to continue to stand in front of you all, and especially everyone that lives at the 200s, that I have promised that I'm not going to pack them up or make them move, that we are going to modernize the best that we can our beloved 200s without impacting and as least amount as possible. So stay tuned for that. I will tell you that we are working closely with a contractor and some architectural drawings, but nothing to share yet. I'm hard to please. So they're going to keep working on it. The next bullet point there is our therapy services. You all should be aware that we have transitioned the therapy team members. So all of the therapists are now Menno Haven employees. Yay! So this has just been a really beautiful and smooth transition. It just, when you do something, it just feels right. It just feels right. It feels like those folks should have been a part of our family. They really were, but now they're officially a part of our family. And I have just really been enjoying watching them really embrace being Menno Haven team members. So we believe that this transition was a good one. It was a great decision, and so far so good. The third bullet point there is to enhance salon and spa services. You know me, I'm just going to be open with my feelings. I have feelings that we have a beautiful Haven Spa upstairs that isn't used very often. So we are contracted with a third-party company called Matura, and we are working hip to hip with them to try to enhance services, get foot traffic. Bottom line, they need to get us stylists that people want to come to, and increase their availability. So know that that is hot on our radar, and we are going to continue to push forward with that. The next two things are our team focused, which is our online training platform, and our recognition awards. Our team service department and senior leadership continues to push that forward. And lastly is our cost control. And this is where this year we are currently in the throes of implementing an inventory and purchase ordering software system. That sounds like a mouthful, I know. That system is called Smart PO. And here's the bottom line. What we want to assure that if I walk into this event center today and I need a piece of equipment or a supply, instead of me just automatically going and ordering one, I have no clue if there's 4 of them sitting in the chapel over at Chambers Point. Right? We do not have a nimble enough system to assure across this organization we know where everything is and how much and how many we have in par. So I'm really looking forward. It is taxing us and pushing us with our processes and who all touches that process. But it's going to be a little painful right now for the team, but we are going to get through it. So I'll keep you apprised of that as well. But I just want you to know that everything that we did say that we are going to focus on in this year, it is happening. It is happening. So I teased some of you at Coffee and Conversation about things that are changing within our grounds department, and I am ready today to talk to you about that. So I have heard many of you loud and clear, some concerns and maybe some frustrations, and some, compliments about our grounds departments and how we do things. But we are going to do it differently. So beginning the first week in September, we are going to separate the entire grounds team, meaning that we are going to, Roger. Okay. Look, all I had to say was Roger, and he jumps. Isn't he the best? Thank you. Sorry for that, everyone. So let me regroup. So what we're looking for here within our grounds department, as I've talked to you before about how important it is for our team members here at Menno Haven to be aligned with their strengths, right? So I'm going to keep using this because it is just straight up the truth. I am not allowed to be on the lawnmower at my house. We have a zippy little zero turn. It's so fun, right? I enjoy whipping around the yard in it, but I have the attention span of this. So I'm looking at squirrels, I'm waving to neighbors, I'm waving to the Amazon guy, the UPS guy, and the lines in the yard go like this, which drive my Tony nuts, right? So in our household, Tiffy is not allowed on the mower, but Tony can walk by a 3-foot high weed and not see it, right? And I see it 2 miles away. So we know that where our strengths lie. So I am the weed whacker, right? And the landscaper. He is the mower. We are going to try that same tactic here at Menno Haven. And we know that members of our team that are really, really, really good of maneuvering the machinery and mowing. And we know members of our team that are very, very detailed oriented and can see the landscaping and can manage it appropriately. So I have announced this to the team. The team is prepping and getting ready. Again, we are going to kick this off the first week of September. So instead of each individual groundskeeper having a designated area, all right, there is going to be X amount of groundskeeper that are going to be on the turf crew, the lawn care crew. Their focus is lawn mowing, weed whacking, and then the rest of the team will have a designated area, but that area, their focus will be the landscaping. Okay? So we are being brave. I am asking a lot. I know that I am turning the grounds department on its head. And so we are going to see if we can make a difference. And to me, the whole point of this is to increase your satisfaction. So that's what our focus is going to be. So stay tuned for that. But please know, first week of September, we are going to kick that off. All right. I'm always going to talk to you again about emergency preparedness. As you know, this is that thing that keeps me awake at night. And Mel is going to come up in a little bit and give us an update on the communication platform and our communication tool, Go Icon. We've said for a while now that we really cannot launch a full emergency preparedness program unless we have the tool that we can communicate it to you. Now, as we have evaluated and began to implement Go Icon, one of the things that we find around here is that we can have a communication tool. However, if you don't have cell phone service, it's a moot point. It's a moot point. So, I'm here to inform you that Menno Haven will be getting a cell phone tower. And because we are fancy, it is going to look like a faux tree. You are welcome. So, I am serious, Connie. I don't joke when it comes to communication and emergency preparedness. So this tower is slated to be erected behind the service center, be lovingly, I call it the swamp. Some of you call it the compost pile. It is a small 50 by 50 area. It is an area that nothing can be built there because of it being a wetland. The tower is actually going to look like a pine tree. And I have a couple pictures here. Can't get the pointer. Is the pointer working? Maybe. But this picture to your left is showing you sort of the red square behind the service center. The picture all the way over to the right is a little closer up, and that is a sample of what the monopine looks like. I can tell you that the contract has been signed. Currently, the cell phone tower company is out marketing it to the big three, meaning AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. So what happens is the cell phone tower company is sort of the property manager, and then they are trying to get tenants to attach to the tower. We want all of them, right? We want all of them to cover everyone's cell phone packages. And then we will receive funds on a monthly basis for having the property that they can use. I spoke this morning at Chambers Point, reminding them because there is areas at Chambers Point that the cell phone service is spotty as well. There is another tower coming on Ramsey Avenue, which is over by the Norland Pub. And what we are told is that once that tower is put up, that should help that side of town and help increase cell phone service coverage for Chambers Point as well. So it's coming, but I don't know when. So stay tuned. I will keep you in the loop. But I really, truly feel like this was a missing piece, right? When we want to roll out emergency preparedness to everyone, right? It is that true foundation that we have to start with. And we just going to keep peeling back the layers until we get it right. All right. I'm going to walk through some of these community announcements. Denise Ingram is not with us today. If you have not heard, Denise's mom, Sue Spangler, who is a resident at Chambers Point for many years, passed away this past Monday. So Denise is with her family, coordinating all of those plans, and our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family, of course. So what we are going to announce today and what we are going to announce today is that Amy Haas, our Director of Independent Living, is being promoted to an Executive Director of Independent Living. Well, what does that mean? More responsibility. That's what that means. But she's primarily doing it all anyway. So if you have not met Amy Haas, she has been here at Menno Haven for a very long time. I personally feel that she is a gem to our organization. And the impact that she has on so many every day is just invaluable. It's really, we are blessed to have you, Amy. So thank you. So Amy's responsibilities are going to include the following things that you see there on the screen. Overseeing Menno Haven at home, our front desks for our independent living areas, including this building. So the front desk here at the Life Center, Northgate, and Renaissance. Our independent living housekeeping, our wellness program, our community nursing, and all independent living care transition. So if you would you give her a round of applause for all of her hard work. I'm going to invite Sam Pence to come up and give us a couple updates of some things that she has going on. This reminds me, Sam, I have your butcher box here in the freezer. Yeah, it's your butcher box. So Sam won a butcher box at our Christmas potluck. So every so many months it comes and provides her family with a whole box of delicious meat, and it was delivered to my office today. So I'm now don't want to be responsible for it, so it's in the freezer here.
Okay, perfect. Good afternoon, everybody. Community Nursing would like to invite you guys to an event that we're having, Planning for the Future. And this is an event focused around what does that final chapter look like in a low pressure setting, okay? This is a heavy topic, not one that we want to have. You know, no one likes to think about what does that final chapter look like. But we all have wants, we all have desires, we all have wishes that if you want your family to know what those wishes are, now's a great time to let us know what those are. Now's also a great time to shop around and talk to different hospice agencies and funeral homes and learn about them before you need them. And it's not a high pressure setting where you have to make a decision at this event.
Or your family has to make the decision for you because you aren't able to.
Correct. So it's a drop-in event from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on September the 3rd. So please come in, talk to the different hospices, funeral homes. Come in at your leisure, okay? If you have any.
And is it true that it's sort of like table by like booths?
Yep, booth by booth, table by table. So you don't have to come in and stay the entire time. No one's going to stand up here and talk to you about it. Just come in, talk to who you'd like to talk to, and then you can go about the rest of your day, hopefully with a little bit more information than when you arrived. Okay? Next event is our Fall Health Fair. That is going to be on October the 27th from 8 to 4 here in the Event Center. So myself and Lynn will be giving the flu shot, but we also have Walmart Pharmacy coming to give every other vaccine under the sun. The list of what they're not giving is shorter than the list of what they are. But just to name the highlights, COVID, hepatitis, shingles, pneumonia, COVID, I think I said that one, but you name it, they'll have it there, okay? We also have some other exciting vendors that are new to the health fair this year. So please, again, come in, drop in anytime from 8 to 4, walk around the tables, talk to who you want to talk to, gather some great information, and learn how those vendors are here to just walk along your journey at Menno Haven with you.
And that people need to call you, let them know.
Oh, yes, and call me if you'd like your vaccines, just that way we can make sure that we have enough vaccines on hand. So you can call the community nurse office and talk to myself or Lynn. Okay?
I know, it doesn't. All right, I'm going to invite Mel Parson to come up and give us an update on Go Icon.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. So I'm going to give you a really quick update today about Go Icon. There is quite a bit happening behind the scenes right now with the communication tool, with the resident app, and with our digital displays. So first, we're going to start talking about the communication tool. Okay, so Go Icon integrates with a program that we call PCC. This is our electronic health record system. So this integration is going to allow us to use information that we already have, which is great. But what we have learned is that some of our data needs to be structured differently for Go Icon to work the way that we need it to. So one example of that is location information. So we want to be able to send communication to you based on where you live. There might be times where we want to send communication out to all independent living. There might be times where we only want to send to Brookview independent living. Or there might be times where we only want to send it to the 100s, okay? So we need to be able to send those really narrow communications. So in order to do that, the information coming from our electronic health record system needs to basically allow us to create those, what I'm going to call groups, accurately. I know that's a lot of information. It is very technical. But it is pretty complicated, but we're working behind the scenes on it, okay? We're also establishing the process around the communication. So who will use the platform, how we will handle everything from routine communication all the way up to important or emergency notifications. As we get closer to using the tool, we will be sending a flyer out to everybody with the phone number that Go Icon communications will come from. When you receive the flyer, we're asking that you save the number in your phone as Menno Haven Updates. And the flyer will explicitly say that. That way, when you do get a phone call or a text message from this number, you recognize where it's from, okay? We have also been creating initial templates for some of our departments. That way, when they have a message that they need to send out to you, there is a template already created and they just need to edit some of the details, okay? The next part that we're going to talk about is the resident app. We are making progress on that. We recently surveyed our resident champions, and we're using that feedback to help guide how the information in the app is going to be organized. So a lot of the work right now is behind the scenes. We're building out a master calendar of events, determining how event registration is going to work, and establishing who in each department is going to be responsible for keeping their information up to date. Before I get to this slide, I do want to just talk about this part. You know, we aren't building a completely custom app from scratch. Go Icon is a proven platform being used by communities like ours. So while we are shaping the experience for Menno Haven, we're also looking at where we may need to adapt some of our own internal processes to make sure that we're using this platform to the best of our ability. Okay. Next thing I'm going to talk about are our digital displays. So these are some of the screens that you see throughout the community that share announcements, menus, and other information. So we are developing templates for those displays and working through some of the hardware updates that need to happen on those displays in order for them to work with GoIcon. But the goal here is so that whatever you see on the screen is the same thing that you're going to see on the resident app. Okay. You know, if there's one thing I want you to take away from this update, it's that GoIcon, you know, this is much more than just turning on a piece of new technology. This is really causing us to look at, you know, how we communicate, how we manage information and events, and how we can keep information accurate and up to date. So we are taking a lot of time right now to get this rolled out, but I do believe that working through this now will help us avoid bigger issues later on. So there will absolutely be some kinks as we work through this process and some adjustments that we're going to make even when we roll it out to you all. That's just going to be part of the process. But we are making good progress. We are getting closer to testing it out with our champions. I am excited for our resident champions to start getting into the platform and take the next step with us. I will say if you are a resident champion, you will be hearing from me probably within the next week. I'm going to be looking at a date where I can get all of us together, and then we'll actually start playing around and testing out the communication aspect of this tool. This will probably be the first of many different sessions where we get together. This is a very, there's a lot involved with GoIcon, so we can't just have you in a room and do everything in one day. So we're going to tackle things one at a time, and our main focus right now is getting the communication tool up and running. So if there's anyone else who has not already volunteered to be a resident champion and wants to be part of this test group, whether you are tech savvy or not, I'd love to have you part of it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mel. We're excited. We're going to invite Roger Bynes up to the podium now to give us a operations update.
Thanks, Tiffany. Good afternoon, everybody. I've got just a few quick updates for you. The first of which, as you know, all of our healthcare centers and nursing centers and the rehab undergo an annual Department of Health survey, which is kind of the highlight or the low light, however you want to look at it, of their year. You know, that's always a high stress time. You know, people coming in and pouring through all the records that we have and watching people wash their hands and make sure that they're doing everything by the book. And this year we've had really good results at Chambers Point, Brookview, and now at the Menno Haven Rehab Center. The average number of deficiencies, they don't even call them, you know, they call them deficiencies just to make you feel bad when they do that. The average number of deficiencies that are cited in the state of Pennsylvania is like 9.6. And as you recall, at the Chambers Point Healthcare Center, they had 4 citations. Brookview Healthcare Center had 1 citation. And now the Menno Haven Rehab Center had 1 citation this year. So that deficiency was specifically related to required immunizations. So CMS and the Department of Health require us to offer the flu vaccine, pneumonia vaccine, and the COVID vaccine to anybody who comes into those settings. And we'd made a conscious decision a month or so ago to hold off on offering the current version of the COVID vaccine because the new vaccine will be coming out, you know, in September probably, and that will cover the current strains better than the existing vaccine. So I think that was a pretty smart decision on our part. Department of Health thought maybe it wasn't as smart as we thought we were. So they wrote that citation for us, but it's okay. You know, we've corrected it. We are offering it with the caveat that you might want to hold off, but now we can document that we are offering it, and so they've done very well. So we're very, very pleased with that. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is those same nursing facilities, they also undergo an annual life safety survey. So that is where they come and they check out our fire drill procedures, make sure that you know, things are safe, that our corridors are free of obstruction, that the buildings are maintained in a safe and healthy manner. And for the first time since I've been around this year, all three of those buildings had no deficiencies related to life safety. So it was really kind of a full circle thing. Jim Metz, our outgoing Director of Safety and Security, was there, and he managed the first survey. He and Adam, the incoming Director of Safety and Security, managed the second survey, and Adam flew solo on the last survey at the rehab center. So that was a cool thing. So they got the hat trick this year. The last thing I want to share with you is, again, this is part of our ongoing career laddering and succession planning. But both Jen Strunk, the Director of Nursing at the Menno Haven Rehab Center, and Patricia Byerly, the Director of Nursing at the Brookview Healthcare Center, recently earned their licensure as nursing home administrator. So together, they attended the 120-hour classes that they had to go through, the hoops. They both passed both the National NAB test as well as the Pennsylvania State test. So they are eligible and prepared, you know, for that next step in their career. You know, if Roz were to retire, I think Patricia's ready to go. Andrew's a little bit younger, probably not ready to retire, but you know, we certainly appreciate having them prepared to fill in when needed. And I think that's all I've got. So, okay. Ryan.
Good afternoon, everyone. The numbers that I'm going to be presenting here today are our 6 months ending June 30th, 2026. Two bond covenants that we have to maintain to be in compliance. First one is our debt service coverage ratio. We're running a 1.59, required is 1.2, so well above what's required. And then our days cash on hand is running at 326 days. Again, our required amount is 150, so more than double what we're required there. Looking at the first 6 months, operating revenue came in at $33.5 million. It was unfavorable to budget by about $74,000, so we were short just a little bit. Total expenses came in at $38.1 million, unfavorable to budget about $500,000. One of the big areas where we're over is under our labor-related expenses, specifically also health insurance. But if you look at the labor expense in the graph that we'll look at here in a minute or so, you'll see that nursing is down. It's because we brought the therapy in-house, like Tiffany had mentioned earlier. So it's just a matter of where it's sitting. Non-operating revenue, we have about $3.8 million, favorable to budget, 3.7. There's about $1.8 million of realized gains and $1.1 million of unrealized gains. So the overall decrease to our net assets is $741,000, which is favorable to the budget, 3.2 million. This one breaks down our revenue to show, you know, where the sources of our revenue actually comes from. You'll see that nursing makes up about 41% of that $33.5 million, with personal care and memory bringing in about another 23%. Independent living bringing in about 15%, and all the other ones making up the smaller amounts there. Again, looking at our operating expenses, you'll see that labor-related expenses account for 53.2% of that $38.1 million. If you were to look at the one that we had done in May that showed the first 3 months, you'll notice that nursing would have been up a little bit and labor would have been down. But again, it's with bringing those therapists in-house now that there are employees there. The Consumer Price Index, this one here is at the end of June. If we look at this, all items is at 3.55%. And less food and energy, we were at 2.6%. There was a new one that was just published for July today. That 3.5 goes down by 0.1, so it's 3.4, and the 2.6 is actually 2.5 for the 12-month ending. And we actually look at our expenses per day when we look at this graph here. And this one tells us that it roughly is $182,000 a day of expenses that Menno Haven has. If we look at where we were in 2025, we ended about $177,000. We're up to $182,000, or we're up 2.6%. So we're right in line with that CPI that was just published. I believe that's everything. So thank you. Chuck's up next.
Good afternoon. I just want to bring you up to date on a few development items, and I won't be long today. So, I've been told, because I think someone kind of ran away with some of my slides, so it's a little bit short. You know, we've just started raising funds for a new leisure bus. Any of you go to plays, go to Lure Center, to Totem Pole, go to Lancaster, the bus needs updated. We need better steps going in. We need more comfortable seats, and we need it not to break down, because that kind of spoils the evening if you're going to a play. So we need to raise $90,000, and already we're just kicking it off. We got about half that. So you'll be seeing it around campus, hopefully, but you order them, and it takes about 6 months. But it'll be here. Also, the physical therapy room and the gym at Chambers Point, we are completely doing that over. It's been a long time buying some new equipment, new cabinets, just reconfiguring the whole thing. And it'll add a lot over there. Some of the things we've got done, if you haven't eaten outside, or even eaten at Chestnut Landing, I had the opportunity to eat outside one night. It is great. The auxiliary bought new furniture, and then we raised the fund because the sun would about blind you, and we have shades. It makes for a nice evening, so please do it. Then we have the ping pong, the rec room, that ping pong players now there have just done an unbelievable job. And we did get about 60 soundproof panels, you see there, all over, and it kind of cushions it too, because we don't want them hurt. And I'm telling you, they play like it's football, and they're very aggressive, so I haven't played yet. And then we have a new kind of a gazebo at the small dog park. It's not up. It's been sitting on the dock at Northgate for 4 weeks. But Jim McFerrin and his crew are a little busy remodeling a lot of things. And we got a lot more things, but things are really going great. Okay, now this is one. Tiffany said, whet your appetite here for this. If you're familiar, most of you are, with the lake at Chambers Point. At the top, it'd be the north side of the lake. We have a pergola, and it needs some work. But I had a couple over there call me and say, come on over and see us. We got something for you. Of course, when someone says that, I'm on the way. So they said, and they live right behind it, we want to do something there really nice in memory of his parents, and we'll fund most of it. So we'll tear that down. We'll use all the concrete and brick there, but it will be kind of like a huge pergola where you can see around it 100%, but it'll all be covered, and it'll sit up there on the top of the lake. We can have music up there. We could even hold wedding receptions, or you can just go up there and meditate. It'll be one of our nicer venues here. And we're working on that now. And an unusual thing, Tiffany told me that we had a couple that moved in last year at Chambers Point, and they're both lifelong certified architects. So I called them and went to see them, and I said, would you mind helping? He said, no, we'll do all you want. That was a mistake, but but they're top notch, unbelievable. And they've drawn an excellent plan. We're meeting tomorrow with everyone to go back over it, and really appreciate. I mean, it makes you think about all the talent we have here. Knowledge is unbelievable. If we could put it all together, we could go out and make some money. But so anybody's got any, and all of you have a talent, just think about it. Working together, we can accomplish so much. Now, this is out there. You see it as you come in. We raised the funds for that, and thank you. It is going great. We had the ribbon cutting attended by a couple hundred, and it's getting used. It's not getting used as much as I want. It takes time. Of course, I asked everybody who've been out there. They said, no, it's been hot. Well, it has been hot. I said, but I put fans out there for you. So it's very comfortable. Going out there a number of times with residents and brought friends over. Very relaxing. We ordered the TVs. They're not in, so you can come down and watch the Penn State football games under there. So it's a great venue. Also, we have 2 of our scholarship programs. We have 3 recipients of the Kermit and Anna Mills scholarship. That is for anyone that is an employee or parent, grandparent who is in 8th to 12th grade can apply. And we had a number of them apply this year, and we selected 3. Also, the Elaine Shepherd was funded by Beth Luca for her mother, who had lived at Chambers Point, to give to team members that were going on in healthcare and had committed that they wanted to stay at Menno. So we've given 2 out there. Very, very impressive, these applications. We had a lot of good applications. Okay, it's going great. The financials this year, last year was probably our best year, not counting when we had a capital campaign or some special big project. And we did fund benevolence last year with some left over. Benevolence runs about $950,000, and it's not going to go down, so it'll be over $1 million. So our hope is, this is only half the year, that we will be able to fund that again. That really takes pressure off the operations. So thank you all for supporting that. And the last thing is caring friends. And Lori asked me to talk about this program we have, and this is where you would become a friend to other residents that are lonely, maybe have lost a loved one, and maybe have an illness. And you would be assigned someone, and you'd be trained what to do. But this is really giving back. You talk about changing a life, it does. But best of all, I think it changes your life. It's going to make you really feel good. You will make a difference. So please let Lori know if you're interested. Great thing to do. Okay, that's it. Tori's next? The most interesting one. So I always say that to her.
Hello, everyone. Let me get my bearings here. Okay. This week, we are kicking off our Emerging Leaders series, which is a 4-part leadership program. And we have about 13 participants this series specifically, which are already existing leaders here at Menno. So during this 4-part series, we're going to focus on their leadership style, mindset, building trust within teams, having difficult conversations, and continuing to grow as leaders. And these are just all things that they have to do on a day-to-day basis already leading their teams. We know that stronger leaders help build stronger teams, which then have that direct impact on our residents. So we do have a high focus on leadership development here at Menno Haven. Also coming up here in the next week or so, we have some local high school interns and students coming for their internship programs here. We do try to expand, or we do expand our relationships with high schools and colleges. We use them as a significant recruiting tool just to continue that pipeline for that next generation. So like I said, in the next couple weeks, we're going to have a few students coming in. 2 are dietetics students, a physical therapy student, 3 high school interns, and we have a current team member with us who's actually going to be participating in a carpentry co-op program as well. So that's interesting. We also have coming up our new benefit year, which will kick off October 1st. And going into every benefit year, we're evaluating what our benefit offerings are. We want to ensure that we're providing a comprehensive and competitive insurance package for our team members. And part of that evaluation is working closely with our insurance broker to better understand what other employers are doing in the industry, along with any cost savings options there are. And with that, currently Menno Haven pays up to 86% of the medical premium for our team members, with team members paying as little as 14% of that medical premium. So medical benefits are a significant investment at Menno Haven. With that, even outside of the new benefit year, we're constantly having benefit conversations, discussing what are our options, what can we weigh out that's still going to benefit the team member, but being very mindful of that cost back to Menno Haven.
Thank you, Tori. Yeah, I think for me, I just wanted Tori to give you a little bit of insight that, we know if we have a happy team, we have happy residents. And, how do we compete for that small applicant pool that is out there? Again, you know who we're competing with in our healthcare areas. We're competing with WellSpan. We're competing with Keystone. And I know that if I go and work at Keystone, I'm an employee there, I pay zip for my medical insurance. If I go to WellSpan, I pay very little for my medical insurance, but I have to use a WellSpan provider, which makes sense, right? They're in the doctor business. But so how do we compete? And I think, I've been really pressing us to be transparent to our team members. When we put the offer out to team members and we say that we're going to pay a portion of your health insurance, and they still see, right, $180 or $250 come out of their paycheck for their medical insurance, they have no clue what honestly you all are covering as you pay your monthly service fees and the commitment and investment that you have here at Menno Haven. So we are going to be very transparent with our team members this year. We're going to show them this is how much comes out of your paycheck, and this is how much Menno Haven pays to cover those medical premiums. We talked earlier in our this morning town hall about the other benefits that we offer, and we have a pretty significant, it's not a benefit flyer, it's a benefit packet book that our team members are given when they come here. There's a lot of extra voluntary things that they can sign up for. There are things that are just automatic. Things like we automatically provide a life insurance policy for every team member here that's full-time. And in my career here, I believe we have had to sit down with 2 families to offer that benefit. And that's a horrible benefit to have to sit down and talk through. But I personally have been touched sitting in a room with a daughter whose mother worked here for a very long time and felt lost. And we were able to provide that check and take a lot of pressure off. So that is a very nice benefit. We have a very healthy retirement package for our team members and a very healthy paid time off package. So we are striving, constantly maneuvering. How do we stay appealing? Because we do believe good people, once they come here, they fall in love with you. right? They stay here because of the residents. We want them to be proud to be here, support them so they can make a living and stay here and make a career being here at Menno Haven. So I just thought it was important that Tori get in front of you and offer you that. Well, this is your opportunity. I think Billy and Tyler have the microphones. We will open up the floor for anything that is on your mind. Mr. Reeland, hold tight, it's coming.
Just for the future, the screen is very difficult to read. Has been, particularly when you get yellow on that. Against the green that you're using, it's very, very difficult. You can barely, that
Okay.
one, you can barely read it.
So the colors.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you.
Noted. Sure thing. Ooh, that's an easy fix, y'all. Perfect. Rachel? We try to be fancy and creative. Get over there, Tyler.
I'll use my command.
Yay, there she is.
If you're going to use these colors, try black lettering.
Black lettering.
That's an easy fix,
Yes,
so you'll be able to see the writing.
perfect. Will do. Other things on your mind? Marianne?
Yes, I had a doctor's appointment last week, and my provider wrote a consult. When I got here, I called physical therapy, the rehab center, to make that appointment, and was told that they're no longer accepting veterans. And I'm wondering why.
So we are no longer accepting your insurance?
No longer accepting veterans. I had a consult from the VA. And I've been there before.
Yeah.
But this time they're not accepting it any longer. And I don't know why. I'd have to go on the outside somewhere.
I don't know either, but I will find out. That's
Thank
the first
you.
time hearing about that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just to be clear, we love veterans. Thank you for your service. But I'm not sure what the insurance situation is there, so I'm in the back, Tyler. But I'll check.
Am I on? Yeah, I guess I am. First of all, I have two questions. With this new computer thing you're doing, are you going to remove the TV set from us? Our online, our TV 956? Thank you. Okay, then good. That helps. Number two.
Will it? I didn't answer that. Did somebody back there answer it? Okay,
yes,
good.
I heard her from behind
All right.
me.
She's the expert. She knows.
All right. Number two.
The answer was no.
Okay, you don't even know I was going to ask.
No, I was repeating. They didn't know what they didn't hear the answer.
Oh yeah, you are going to keep. You're keeping.
I am ready for question number 2.
You're keeping 956. That's what I wanted to know. And yes, you are keeping the TVs. Okay. Number 2, I've had some interesting incidences, but we have in the cottages that have the entrance to the central hall with the cottages on the 4 corners.
Yes.
We have the room in the back, which has our oil, our gas, you know, our
Hot water
electric,
heater.
our meter, our water meters, and our electric. Out of safety, since I've had some interesting incidences in my cottage and ringing my doorbell in the inside hall and all kinds of fun stuff. Last night, I think I heard them actually in that room at 2:30 in the morning. I have good ears. So anyway, I went in this morning. It didn't look too good. I don't know what they were messing with. I really think we should put a pin, like a code number for the people who live there, and whoever's opening that door to take the trash out, we should have a PIN number so that that door cannot be open to the outside world, because it has important information in there for us.
I will take that under advisement.
Yeah.
But I also, where my brain stopped was that if any time you are hearing someone outside your area at 2:30 in the morning,
Call security.
call security.
But still, if we all just had the simple PIN number, we wouldn't have to wait for security.
And I'm assuming you checked with all your neighbors to assure it wasn't any of them?
Yes,
Okay,
trust me, what I
Yep.
saw, I don't think
Okay.
that was any of them.
sure.
Okay, just put like some kind of PIN number thing so we all hit the number and we can get the door open, right? Right, sounds good to me. All right.
All right. Other things? Oh, sir.
I'd like to know when we in the villas will get our groundskeepers back. Mine left a month ago without saying goodbye, and my shrubs are suffering.
Who was your groundskeeper?
Joel, a very good groundskeeper, but he never said goodbye. I have no idea where he went, nor do I know when he'll be back.
Which Joel are you speaking of? Yeah, Joel Acosta is still here.
Hello?
Yep, Joel Acosta is still here, so he did not go anywhere. And a part of the change that we are going to be going through here in the beginning of September, you will have a groundskeeper assigned to your area specifically for the landscaping portion of it. At this point, I don't know if that will be Joel, but we will be transparent on who that is. I will also tell you that Corey, along with our HR department, have been feverishly hiring to assure that we can have a full team. We have not had a full team, I feel like, this entire year, honestly. So that has been our priority. That has been part of the reason why we want to transform how we do grounds here, so it can give us some little efficiencies and also help us not to completely be paralyzed when someone unexpectedly goes out. So I'm going to ask that you allow us to start the new process and to see if we can make it work. If we cannot make it work, we're going to try something else. But your groundskeeper, Joel, has not gone anywhere. I am sure he has just been pulled to cover various areas. Tyler? Yes,
Hi.
Margaret?
When I first, actually before I moved in here, I think marketing said, get dressed before you call maintenance. You know.
Why did they tell you that, Margaret?
And frankly, I've been thrilled with, the responsiveness and the work that's been done on our personal area. Now, I walk around the campus a fair amount, and so I go on the portal sometimes to report things that I see that might need attention. And what happens, sometimes, a year or two later, I see that something's been done. But I would appreciate if it was possible to get some feedback once the message has been delivered. That either it's being considered
assure
or
that
it's been
we
checked
received
or
it.
whatever. I get no feedback, and it kind of makes it a little, I don't know, I feel a little out in the wind.
Sure.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like that's a fair concern. Thank you, Margaret. Others? All right, I'm not going to linger. Of course, we have many members of the team in the back. Myself, we will stay put if you are not comfortable speaking out in the group. I want to thank our board of directors that have showed up today to be a part of our meeting. I want to thank you for your time, attention, and candid conversation. And I appreciate you being vested here at Menno Haven. Thank you. Enjoy your day.